So in the middle of this project, I'm going to go over completely trying to rust-proof my Jeep. So I have the transmission and transfer case out, and I even removed my gas tank. I'll just let you guys have a peek to see. So it's kind of bare bones in there. So step one, obviously pressure washing. If you don't have one of these, get one. They're amazing. So I'm just pressure washing the hell out of it. Mainly a key point is to go inside the frame. So what I got a ton of mud out already, but I think what I need to do is tape over all but like one drain hole there and one in the back, and then flood it and like get all this out, because this is probably like 5 states worth of mud now, years worth, that's been sitting there and causing corrosion and all that. So yeah, and then so once I get it totally washed out, I'm gonna do the frame with some Eastwood internal spray. Here, I'll show you. It has like a long tube, so you can like snake it in there and coat it. It's this stuff right here. It's this green stuff. So that's for the frame. Then for the body, I'm gonna take I have a wheel grinder, like a wire brush, like wheel grinder. I'm gonna grind off all the rust that I can see. And then I'm gonna POR-15. POR-15 is a company that stands for paint over rust. And they have like a 3-step process where it's like an acid bath and then a primer, and then you paint over it. And then when I'm done with all that, I'm going to do fluid film, which is kind of like a greasy substance coating that will help keep it rust-free. So here you can see I put some tape over the frame. So I left like one hole open at each end, and I'm having it pour out. You can see this big, like all this dirt that's come out right here. I don't know, but I'm adding it in from the front and the rear, and just doing one side of the frame at a time, trying to get it all out. So here's the Eastward internal frame coating. My one complaint is that this hose comes all wrapped up and it's kind of hard to stretch it out and get it in there. If you had some time, I'd lay it out beforehand with some weights on it to lie straight. But basically I used 2 of these, 1 per side. You could do 3 if you really wanted. But yeah, I just put it in like literally every hole in the frame I could find and coated it. And that's that for the inside of the frame. So now anywhere I see rust, like let's say there for instance, I'm just going to go at it with this wire wheel until it's all looking pretty clean and ready for paint. The cleaner degreaser, this isn't it, but I use this as a spray bottle. You're supposed to mix it with 5 parts water, or as much as you want really to dilute it. What I did was I have a power washer and I put it in this bottle. And so the next step was I just completely cleaned and degreased it, and then you're supposed to wash it off. So then I went right back to water, and I'm waiting for it to dry now. Outside drying for about 2.5 hours, and now I'm going to go spray everything with the metal prep. And then with this, the directions say something about waiting 30 minutes and looking for bubbles, and if there are bubbles, smoothing them over with a sponge, and doing this until there are no more bubbles. I think the bubbles is this, whatever this mixture is, reacting with rust. So once that 30 minutes was up waiting for the metal prep, I didn't think I had too many bubbles, so I went right to applying the POR-15. I used that one whole gloss black top coat jar. I kind of prioritized the order, like what I thought deserved it the most. So I did like the body and frame number 1, then the axles, and then some auxiliary things like control arms and whatnot. And then once this dries, I'm going to apply some fluid film, but this is really the end of the POR-15 process. So I have POR-15 on the outside, Eastwood internal frame coat on the inside. Yeah, make sure you wear a ton of clothes, because this stuff really does not come off. And wear thick clothes too, because it even got through some of my shirt. And if you get it on, nail polish will get it off actually. But yeah, hopefully, here, I'll show you guys underneath, if that helps. See the job that I did? Looking back, I would spray it on if I had that option. If I had an air compressor and a spray nozzle, definitely would. One more thing is that POR-15 is UV sensitive, so I would buy like a spray can of some like monster liner to spray in not any area that will be exposed to UV light, so it won't tear away at the POR-15, and just to cover up any spots you miss, like the body and the back of the wheel well. So yeah.